Sam Aldrich lives with his wife and two young children in a house in New Bern built in the late 1950s. From the outside, it looks like an ordinary family home. Its history is anything but. A previous owner reportedly died in the upstairs master bedroom, and at some point, the remains of two unidentified individuals were discovered buried in the backyard. Since moving in, the family has been living with things they can't explain. Strange noises, doors creaking, their dog Loki terrified for reasons no one could identify. Sam even removed the dog's shock collar on camera to eliminate that as a cause. The fear didn't stop, and the house has one feature that sets it apart from anything normal: a door positioned nearly 18 feet above the ground with no way to reach it. While filming that door, Sam unknowingly captured a shadowy figure in the frame and what sounded like faint voices repeating his own words back at him.
At all. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just so you'll know that there's nothing there. Come on, bud. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. Tail down. Oh, I posted it. See, me and him both heard that. And see, now he's gonna fucking run and leave me up here like a douchebag. See? Straight up.
Then, one night, recording again in the darkness of that upper space,
You can kind of see just how high up that door actually is if you're on the bottom floor. Yeah, you're looking at 10 plus 8, so you're looking at least 18 feet from your feet coming down. Why the f? Holy.
a pair of glowing, wide-set eyes appeared, staring directly at him before vanishing completely. And later, in broad daylight with no one near it, the rocking horse in the house began moving on its own. Viewers watching Sam's footage are divided. Some believe he is documenting something genuine and deeply unsettling. Others think it's staged. But the house's documented history isn't something that can be manufactured. Whatever is in that building has been there long before Sam's family arrived, and it doesn't appear to be adjusting to their presence. Bailey had been a calm, unbothered dog her entire life. So when she locked onto a spot in the room and refused to look away, ears up, body tense, completely fixated on something her owner couldn't see, it was enough to reach for the phone.
Strange today. I don't know what's going on with her. What is it, Baze? I don't see anything. Bailey? What? What is she looking at? Bailey? What was that? Did you just hear that? Bailey? She keeps looking over here. I don't know what her deal is, but something's not right. Oh God, what is that noise? Bailey, what is it? What the? Oh my God, did that chair just move? Oh my God.
The woman scanned the room. Nothing visible. Nothing she could point to. And then a sound. And the chair moved. Bailey didn't react to the chair moving the way a startled dog would. She stayed locked on the same point in the room, like the chair shifting was just a side effect of something she'd already been tracking. Floors can be uneven. Old furniture can shift, but dogs don't stare at a fixed spot in empty space for minutes before the furniture moves unless something in that space has their attention. Several nights of being woken by sounds she couldn't source had pushed Celeste past the point of ignoring it. She set up a camera in the part of the house where the disturbances felt most concentrated and left it running. The footage answered her question. It also gave her a reason to leave the house immediately and call for help.
Aquí voy a dejar el celular grabando aquí. A ver si capta algo, porque la neta ya me harté de que estén pasando cosas y no sepa qué es. La voy a dejar grabando y me voy a ir al cuarto. Los juro que no sé qué hacer ya. Me da mucho miedo, please, me da mucho miedo ver lo que hay. No mames. Vamos a ver. Me voy a armar de valor y vamos a ver. ¿Por qué hace eso la cámara? Por ahí se escucha un ruido. Como por ahí. No mames. No mames. Me está dando miedo. Te lo juro que estoy temblando. No mames. Plebes, me estoy muriendo dentro. Estoy aquí afuera de la casa. Me da miedo meterme ya. No sé qué hacer, plebes. Plebes, si me tocaran el corazón, me estoy muriendo.
Something slid off that table with no one near it, and then a shape appeared close to the camera, dark, defined, right there in the frame. Whatever had been waking her up every night wasn't something passive or distant. It was in that room. It was close enough to reach, and it had been there every night she'd been lying awake, trying to convince herself it was nothing. He'd been caring for her for a while and knew her condition well. She couldn't walk unassisted, rarely left her bed without help, certainly not in the middle of the night. But weeks of unexplained sounds and the persistent feeling of being watched had worn him down enough that he left his phone recording one night just to have something concrete to review. What the footage showed in the early hours of the morning was something he wasn't prepared for. She was standing in the center of the room, no support, no help, facing his bed, completely still for an extended period of time, just watching him sleep. A medical explanation exists on paper: sleepwalking, a temporary episode. He had felt watched for weeks. The camera confirmed it wasn't his imagination. On the night of April 28, 2026, a food delivery driver named Marcus Wilson was making his usual rounds when something inside his car began behaving in a way that had no explanation.
You sure I'm not tripping? No. I'm not tripping. So, I'm driving off the DoorDash. They'll be in, I can't even get my daggone company straight. And you're gonna see a vibration. Go see tapping at the window. He's definitely here. What the? Hell no. Hell no. Tripping. No, I'm not tripping. Oh, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. Okay.
A shoe on the passenger side floor slid across on its own. Then the passenger door began shaking violently. Marcus looked, no one outside, and then, as if something had grabbed the handle from the inside, the door slowly pulled open on its own while he was driving. Marcus believes whatever entered his car that night had followed him from a cemetery he had passed earlier on his route. Whether that connection is real or not, the sequence of events inside that vehicle, the shoe, the shaking door, the handle pulling open with no one there, happened in a car he was alone in, on a road with no one alongside him. He no longer accepts deliveries anywhere near graveyards after dark. Given what his camera captured that night, that seems like a reasonable decision. Daniel lived alone in his apartment with 2 cats and had been attributing the occasional strange sounds to an old building doing what old buildings do. One night, while watching a movie, a loud crash from the kitchen pulled him off the couch. He went to check. Nothing there, no cause. He grabbed his phone and kept it recording, just in case. That turned out to be the right call. The door slammed shut violently on its own while he stood watching it. The ceiling light nearby started swaying as if something had brushed past it, and then the activity spread through the apartment, knocking from different rooms, objects shifting without being touched, doors drifting closed by themselves in spaces he'd just walked through. What started as a crash in a kitchen with nothing out of place escalated into an entire apartment responding to something that wasn't visible. Daniel's cats had probably been reacting to it long before he paid attention. By the end of that night, Daniel had stopped attributing anything in that apartment to the building's age. Abandoned for years, the Heritage Complex had developed the kind of atmosphere that builds up when a place is left alone long enough. Heavy, still, wrong in a way that's hard to name. The explorer moved through the grounds with his camera, taking in the decay, and then from inside one of the locked buildings, sealed, no power, no staff, something started talking.
At Mount Zion Church, where I pastor, we conduct our services in both languages, Cherokee and English. And when we have a completely Cherokee audience, then it's all about in the Cherokee language. They all need the hymns that were sung years ago. O Senhor, ligado ko yiga hani, idadaki sani. After moving to Indian Territory, Cherokee Nation set aside 1 acre of ground for ancient church congregation. Moravians, Baptists.
Dude, that's so creepy. Why is this? Ooh. That scared me. Okay. Dude, that scared me. I was like, there's someone in there.
At Mount Zion Church, where I pastor, we conduct our services in both languages, Cherokee and English. And when we have a completely Cherokee audience,
A recorded message, looping, repeating itself from inside a structure with no electricity running to it, no device visible through any window. He searched. Nobody there. He kept moving, and then through a dusty window pane he saw it, pale, dressed in white, completely still near a stack of old wooden displays. He watched it long enough to be certain of what he was seeing. Then it faded, not walked away, faded. The team had heard enough from locals about this hotel to take the investigation seriously. They moved through the building methodically, documenting the atmosphere.
我从嘉兴的粉丝排泄小锅。啊！我操！
怎么可能会，对吧？啊！我操！啊！哎呦我去你妈的！
Noting small disturbances, a picture in one room that looked wrong in a way nobody could immediately articulate. The further in they went, the harder things were to brush aside. Then, the cameraman looked across the dining area and saw someone standing there who had no reason to be. A shadowy figure, shaped like a person in chef's attire, standing completely still, watching them from across the room. It appeared more than once during the investigation, each time in a different location, each sighting more unsettling than the last. They searched the hotel thoroughly after every sighting, found nothing. No staff, no trespassers, no explanation for a figure that kept appearing and disappearing throughout the building. The building had been abandoned long enough that nature was already reclaiming parts of it. Brian went in anyway, camera running, looking for whatever had given the place its reputation. The hallways were empty, the rooms were empty, and then something crossed the corridor ahead of him at a speed that didn't leave time to process what he was seeing.
Uy. ¡Hueputa! 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 ¡Oscar, Oscar, 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 Oscar! ¿Qué pasó? ¡Marica, había un niño, huevón! ¡Hueputa, hueputa, 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 hueputa!
Reviewing the footage later, he could see it, small, fast, shaped like a child, gone in less than a second. He went to the exact spot where it appeared, found absolutely nothing, no exit it could have used, no surface it could have hidden behind. A silhouette the size of a child moving through a building that had no business having anyone inside it. Brian had no explanation when he left. He still doesn't have one. There's a cemetery in Japan that locals have avoided after dark for 3 decades. The story behind it never changed. A young boy drowned, was buried there, and according to everyone who lives nearby, never truly left. One investigator decided that first-hand experience was worth more than second-hand warnings. He went in after sunset. He didn't stay long. Something pale appeared far ahead of him in the dark. Then it wasn't far anymore. No movement caught on camera between those two positions, just distance and then the absence of it. He left at a full run and hasn't gone back. 3 decades of locals refusing to enter that cemetery at night suddenly makes a lot more sense. If you made it through all of these, drop a comment and let me know which one got under your skin the most. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's the time. See you in the next one.